Oh man, so Phantom is up massively. It's up about 16-17% at the time of recording, and it's just going from strength to strength. Let's take a look at the charts, and you'll remember yesterday we were saying we were entering there's a little bit of a continuation pattern where you've had this run up, we entered this little bit of a wedge, and this is where I was accumulating some Phantom in here, ready for a breakout above the yellow marker we had here at 152. We got a great breakout here on the 4-hourly candle, and the next two 4-hourly candles have been absolutely massive. Look at that, guys. We've torn straight through the resistance level we had at 166 and then straight past the all-time high at 194. And now it then went all the way up to 2.44 before now cooling down to 2.34 with another strong 4-hourly candle for Phantom. And it looks like we're just getting started with Phantom because, like I said, the layer 1 space is hotly competitive. We've mentioned this before. We've spoken about Luna. We've spoken about Solana, Algorand as well. We know these are here to stay and they're great. We've realized that Ethereum is not the be-all, end-all, right? And there's a lot of great projects on Phantom. If you want me to do a breakdown of some of the best projects on Phantom, comment below and I can make a separate video on some of the best projects to look out for on Phantom. But you can see we're getting an absolute massive tear out here on this is your daily candle here. And if I go to your 4-hourly, you can see exactly what we've got here. Straight out of the wedge. And we head higher straight past the all-time high 193 there. So Phantom's moving from strength to strength. We know we've got the Abu Dhabi Developer Conference coming up towards the end of this month, and maybe I've mentioned this before, we need to be careful about buy the rumor, sell the news. I've been accumulating for a longer period. I want to be holding this for a long time, so for me, I'm not trading this movement here, but if you're trading the breakout of this wedge, you need to be careful, okay? You need to time and take your profits accordingly, because a lot of this pumping we're getting now could be around buy the rumor, sell the news. However, that being said, we know that Phantom is doing great from a fundamental perspective as well. And again, if you want to see a breakdown of how Phantom is doing from a fundamental perspective, comment below and I can do that, because the amount of value being locked on Phantom now is picking up every single day. Phantom's getting some great momentum. They've got some great projects now, and it's really starting to pick up, and it's starting to remind me of Solana, and it's getting the attention as well of the what I call the mainstream crypto space, right? Not the diehards, but the mainstream crypto space has started to understand Phantom and the value it holds. And that is evident by this, let's take it up to there, 88% pump on Phantom. So like I said, we need to be careful on Phantom. We could be having a bit of buy the rumor, sell the news, but I don't think it's just that. I think that could be heating it up excessively, which is why we're getting the speed of the run up. But I do think Phantom is a project that's here to stay, and people are starting to cotton on to Phantom as being a solid play in this space. So let's take a look back at the daily. And let's try to get an idea of where we've been on this journey so far with Phantom. So you'll remember that we were kind of hovering in nowhere. It took many years to kind of build Phantom up. It spiked to 25 cents. It then had its second spike up to 87, cooled off for a bit, came back up, broke the all-time high at 95 cents. And this was going back to... This would be in May, and then it fell all the way back down to kind of broken these lows here and reached a low of 15 cents. Now, if you were accumulating in August when Bitcoin was down, everything was down in August, and you started picking up Phantom, you would have had a massive run up to all-time highs of 1,183%. Now, nevertheless, if you didn't catch it at that point, you had a great accumulation period here, and now you need to wait for a retest back down on this trend line if we get one, right? So we've broken out of this wedge, we've headed higher. No doubt we'll get some sort of a calling off, maybe even coming down to test this second green line at 166 or 193. Either way, good times to accumulate and nibble in before the next run on Phantom, because there's a lot of catalysts coming up for Phantom, and I think it's got a lot of legs in it to go. So if we were to take a look at the total value locked in Solana, we're now sitting at 8.27 billion, and that's a 154% increase in 24 hours. So if this was just trading behavior and buy the rumor, sell the news, you wouldn't see this fundamental uplift in the amount being locked into DeFi on Phantom, okay? So this is really important. When you see kind of trading trends, you want to back it up with actual on-chain fundamentals, and that's what's important here. You can see we've actually had a massive spike spike here on the 6th of October, 2.4 billion, and now we're sat at 8.27 billion locked into Solana. And you know, if you're super smart, you'll come down and you'll look at the projects on and this is what we could do a breakdown. If you comment below if you want to do a breakdown and a deeper dive into some of the best projects here, but you can see AnySwap, you can see SpookySwap, which is Phantom's equivalent of a decentralized exchange like Uniswap and PancakeSwap, which we're used to, and you can see it's gone up in one day 70% in the amount locked and 217%, guys, in the last 7 days on total value locked. 3.5 billion locked in AnySwap, 2.87 in Geist Finance, and $500 million almost in SpookySwap. So you can see they've really got some use cases. You can just flick down and see these are all the different use cases which we could spend time going into on the Phantom blockchain with really good usage. So the fundamentals are there as well as the technicals, which is really important. And coming back to the technicals, like I said, let's switch back to the 4-hourly chart. What we're looking for now is, obviously, if the parabolic run continues, we'll enjoy. But if it comes back down to this level, you can have a nibble at this level if it comes back to retest 194. And if it loses that level, I'd nibble a bit more at the 166 mark for me for Phantom. Phantom's just at the start, guys. If you're looking at Phantom now, this is definitely an early point to be looking at Phantom. Like you can see, the attention's just really spiked over the last couple of days. If you watch my price target video from a couple of weeks back, go check that video out. It'll give you an idea of Phantom and where I think it has legs to go to based on other participants in the layer 1 space. Okay, so there you go, guys. There's your update on Phantom and why it's pumping 16% today, and it has a lot more legs to continue. It's a great layer 1 chain. You can see the usage stats going up. You can see the price of the coin moving up as well. You've got the developer conference in Abu Dhabi at the end of this month. So a lot of positive catalysts coming for Phantom, and I can just see this going from strength to strength. It's not a new project. It's been here for a long time. It's tackling the trilemma of security, decentralization, and scalability. And they really think they found the solution. Similar to Solana, they've managed to build a bit of a community, and it's starting to get some traction and some interest. And that's always important for any protocol being launched. Okay, there you go, guys. Hope you found this useful. If you like this type of video, then please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.